Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys are all doing well. So today's video is going to be another discussion Fridays. I want to say maybe a month or maybe it was 2 months ago, I did a video where I spoke about something other than beauty and fashion, and you guys really did enjoy it. So I told you guys I wanted to do that kind of once a month or once every other month, depending on how things turn out and how busy my schedule is. So for this week's discussion Fridays or chatty Fridays, I haven't really decided on the name of it yet. I don't know. I haven't decided yet, but I'm sure by the title you already know what I decided. But today we're going to discuss YouTube. When I told you guys on Snapchat to give me ideas for new discussion topics, a lot of you guys said that I should talk about YouTube. So we're going to discuss my personal experience, and I also have some questions that you guys asked me on Snapchat. In the future, if you guys are interested in asking me questions for these discussion Fridays, follow me on Snapchat so that when I do put out the topic, you guys can choose a topic or vote for the topic that you want, and then you can go ahead and ask the questions that you want to see in the video. I've been on YouTube for a while now. I think I didn't start taking YouTube seriously until maybe like 2012. Before that, I was just on a webcam, kind of just playing around. I wasn't really too serious about it. But after that, after about 2012, I started being very serious and taking everything sort of seriously. And I had a few rude awakenings. I think the number one thing that's never talked about on YouTube is the fact that whenever like YouTubers make videos and their subscribers ask them, well, like, how do I become popular on YouTube? How do I get more subscribers? They always give this generic answer of, oh, you just have to be yourself, be who you are, and people would love you. And that's completely false. Not saying that you don't have to be yourself, but it is false in the sense that, and this is going to be hard to hear for some of the viewers, but it's just the truth. A lot of times I feel like the viewers and subscribers on YouTube, they don't want you to be yourself. It's a lot easier to make it on YouTube if you're not authentic and you're just kind of a watered down version of something else. It's a lot more difficult to try to be yourself and try to get your opinions out there and the way that you are. I'm not saying that everybody is cookie cutter or whatever. Everybody who's successful is cookie cutter. No. But I'm just saying that it's much harder than people think. You think that you just get in front of the camera and you are yourself and people are going to love you and accept you. And that's just not reality. I'm going to be how I am, and you're either going to like me or you're not going to like me. And that's really just how it is. Another thing is, and this is another sad thing to say, it's not about your content so much, it's about the perception of your content, if that makes any sense. It doesn't matter how great of a makeup artist you are, it doesn't matter how great of a this and that you are, or a stylist or whatever. It's all about how the perception you put out there. It's all about like what you post on Instagram. Like how fancy is your car, how fancy is your house, how many bags do you have, how many bags do you post. But the thing is that for the YouTubers who don't really do that, who are like, okay, we're not gonna get credit cards to floss, people don't really follow us like that. They want more to have that illusion of like this unrealistic lifestyle that a lot of times, and I'm not saying all, I'm just saying some, a lot of them don't have that lifestyle. As a YouTuber, I kind of have an idea of how much YouTubers make, an idea, you know, I can kind of roughly estimate. And there are some YouTubers out there who cannot afford the lifestyle that they portray to you guys, and they get more feedback, they get more follows, they get more subscribers because they are showing you this extravagant lifestyle that is not real. So YouTube is more about what you can get your subscribers to believe and not what really is, if that makes any sense. So, YouTube is a super duper expensive hobby that gets no credit. And I'll explain to you guys why. So my setup here is expensive. Camera, expensive. Microphone, expensive. Ring light, expensive. Monitor to see myself, expensive. And I don't think a lot of people realize how much investment a lot of YouTubers make. And I know some people would say, well, you're investing in yourself, which I am, which I understand that I'm investing in myself and I'm investing in my channel. But I think that people don't realize how expensive everything is. And sometimes when people attack you for, oh, you didn't do this, or you didn't do that, and I'm thinking in my head, like, you're lucky I did anything at all. Like, I mean, you know what I mean? It's not paying you like that. So it's basically you funding everything. Another aspect of that, of not being appreciated, is companies. I feel like companies, especially with smaller YouTubers, I feel like companies do not appreciate our hard work. They do not appreciate anything that we do. They're constantly wanting to send you product and never wanting to actually pay you for anything. And I kind of want to do a segue into something really quick. I know there's a big controversy with people thinking, why do you have sponsored videos? Why do you have sponsored content? What's wrong with that? I mean, you watch a commercial on TV all the time about your favorite store, and then you go to that store, right? It's basically how you grow your channel. You make relationships with company, you do sponsored videos, and it kind of helps you fund and support this expensive hobby that you have. And if you are spending so many hours, and I'm talking about sometimes on my days off, I spend the whole day filming, editing, and don't get me wrong, I enjoy it just the way I enjoy my work. But the only thing is, I enjoy my work, but my work pays me. But when I do YouTube, sometimes you feel frustrated because you feel like you spend so much time, and as soon as you put up a video, boom, 5, 6, 16 dislikes. Oh, what's wrong with your hair? Oh, what's that behind you? And like it's like no appreciation. And then the company in turn tells you, no, we're not gonna pay you for anything. For example, hair companies are the biggest headache ever put on earth for YouTubers. I've worked with some amazing hair companies, but some hair companies can really just take me there because they think that hair is payment. And I'm thinking in my head, like, unless I can take this hair to the bank and have it pay for a bill or deposit into my account, it is not a payment. If they do pay you, they want to tell you what to say. I'm one of those people that I hate being told what to say. I like for my voice and my head and my reasoning and my thinking to be what I portray out there. So many hair companies that I have turned down, that I have returned product to. Not just hair companies, so many companies I have returned product to because I don't like to be told what to do. I think that I'm very fair when I do my reviews. I've never done an unfair review. And if I don't like something and I don't think the company is necessarily bad, I just send it back. I'm like, hey, I tried your product, I don't like it. What do you want me to do? Do you want me to keep it? Do you want me to send it back to you? Like, I give you the option. If you give me if you tell me, oh no, upload the video anyway, do not expect me to change my mind and just like the product overnight. So that's one thing, is it's a very big headache, and it's not appreciated, the amount of work, time, effort that we put into this, that we could be doing other things that we put into this. Sometimes it's not appreciated by the companies, sometimes it's not appreciated by the viewers. Now I'm gonna answer questions, because a lot of the questions that people ask me are things that I was gonna talk about anyway. Now the first question, this is not going in any order, I just wrote them down. Like, I can't do the whole open it like on camera, that's just way too confusing for me. So I just wrote them down as I got them. One of the questions was, how did I get so comfortable in front of the camera? It takes a while to get comfortable in front of the camera. When I first started doing videos, it was really uncomfortable, and I absolutely could not film if there was anybody around. I'm still kind of like that to this day. I'm still sort of uncomfortable when there's people around, but I think it's just doing it over and over again, and then you start having sort of like a relationship with your subscribers. Whenever you upload a video, you talk to them, you get to know them. So when you are talking to the camera, you already kind of picture who you're talking to, so it makes it easier. The next question is, how are collaborations on YouTube? Are they as hard as people say? And have you had any negative experience collaborating with other YouTubers? This one is one that I was definitely going to talk about. I think when I first started YouTube, I just thought that you found somebody that you liked, and that was whose content was close to your content, and you guys seemed like you had things in common, and you asked them, hey, do you want to collaborate with me? And they're like, yeah, let's do it. No, it is not. It is nothing like that. I had so many rude awakenings, but then I also had so many positive experiences. You get people who don't even answer you, like they don't even answer you at all. You get other people that straight up tell you no. Oh, I'll give you guys an experience. I asked this YouTuber who is really relatively big, 100,000 or so. She has about 100,000. maybe close to 200,000 now, I'm not sure. But at the time she was smaller. I think she maybe had like 14,000, 15,000, and our contents were very, very, very similar. So I loved her channel. I subscribed to her and I watched her all the time. So I was like, you know what, I'm gonna ask her for a collaboration, because at the time I felt like my equipment was good enough, like we could do this could work. And I remember asking her, and she sent me an email back saying, my management has advised me not to collaborate with, I think she said, with you or with somebody of your stature. Something that made it seem very weird, when I was like, what? And basically, I don't know which management she was talking about, because back in the day, 14,000 subscribers did not have the management. But I could be wrong. She could legitimately have a manager or whatever, a management team. But I think I was like, whoa, like I didn't understand that. I was just very taken aback. I was like, okay, you know, that's somebody's opinion. So I said, okay, thanks, that's fine. And that was that. And she went about her way. She's successful now. I don't hold anything against her. It was just a very weird and a mean way of saying things, but that's neither here nor there. Another experience that I've had was, I asked another YouTuber, this was way back in the day, I asked her to do a collaboration with me, and we were all supposed to collaborate. It was like 3 different YouTubers, and 2 of them were really big in numbers. I think at the time, to me, they were big in numbers. They had, one had like almost 100,000, the other one had like 60,000, and I asked them for collaboration because our contents, again, were very similar, and my content was just as good as theirs. And I asked them if they wanted to collaborate with me, and they were like, yeah, sure, you know. It was a bunch of back and forth. Oh, let's do it on this day. No, let's do it on that day. Let's do it on this day. We're busy. Back and forth. And then they just never answered my email again. Like, they just never answered any of my emails again. And I felt pissed, not just because they didn't, you know, because the collaboration didn't go through. That wasn't even my issue. The reason I was pissed is because I feel like I am just as busy as anybody else. I hold on a job just like everybody else. So you're wasting my time. And whenever somebody wastes my time or makes me wait, I get angry, I get pissed. And I got really, really pissed. I didn't say anything to them, but I was really, really irritated. And I immediately unsubscribed from both of them. And the funny thing is, right after that, I did a collaboration with a YouTuber that had way more subscribers than them, and that YouTuber was probably the best one I ever worked with. There are 2 people on YouTube who I've worked with that have really helped me and that had much more subscribers than I did at the time, but they saw my videos, they saw that I had good content, and they had no problem collaborating with me. I collaborated with Pick Meal. That was an amazing experience. She was super sweet. She did not make me feel like, oh, I have 160,000 and you have, I think I had like 11,000 at the time. I never felt like that. And then I collaborated with Any Baby 4, Isoken, and she collaborated with me when I had 500 subscribers, and she was almost like at 30,000 or something, and she pushed me to like 1,500 subscribers overnight. So I mean, that doesn't sound like a lot, but to me at the time, I was just so grateful and amazed that somebody, because I had such bad experiences already, that somebody who had way more subscribers was open to collaborating with me, because they judged me on my content and the quality of my videos and not what they believed in their head they need to work with. Next question is, have you ever met any YouTubers in person, and was your experience positive or negative? I've met 2. I've met Kiki Styles 101, and obviously we're really good friends, so that was a great meeting. And I think I met one other person. I can't remember her name, but it was a weird meeting, I guess. It wasn't like, I mean, we talked, it wasn't like we were strangers, but we talked, we knew each other, but when we met, it was just kind of like she didn't want to be bothered. So I don't know, maybe it was just me. But yeah, those are the only 2 YouTubers that I met, but I'm pretty sure in the future I'm gonna meet a whole lot more, because things are about to change around here. So that's it for today's Friday's discussion. I hope you guys enjoyed this discussion. Please, if you have any more questions that I didn't get a chance to answer in this video, leave them down below and I will just go in the comments and answer them. Also, leave any suggestions for next time's discussion Friday. What topic do you think we should be discussing next? Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to thumbs up, subscribe to my channel so you don't miss any of my new videos, and I will see you guys in my next one.